What's up, everybody? It's a regular episode of Why We Love Horror. I'm JWMaher, and that's Aaron Brooks. What's up, Aaron?
Hey, excited to be here, on the cutting edge of a movie's release that's been in 2 years of development out, or release, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, we've been, not us on camera, but we've definitely spoken about this. Everyone's been speaking about this. It's kind of been like delayed, well, not delayed, right? It was made.
Yeah.
It just didn't get distributed.
Right.
And I don't understand it. Maybe we can get into the politics side a little bit, but we're talking about the Toxic Avenger, the new Toxic Avenger.
Unrated.
Unrated, yes. I guess. I mean, honestly, when I hear unrated, I'm expecting to see things like that wouldn't pass. But like, really, like, I think it was fine. There wasn't anything crazy. There's one scene where there's like a prosthetic penis, I guess. But
yeah,
that's about it.
So, a few things. This movie was made 2 years ago, so we've seen a lot in the last 2 years of horror gore. Like get the obligatory Terrifiers are out and everything, but this isn't trying to be that. Never it was trying to be that.
No.
I kind of just ignore the horror chatter of like, oh, no one wanted this for 2 years because it was so gory it made people like sick. Like
that's this bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, this right off the bat is like it's a horror comedy like the original. I think there's some really good nods that like someone super hardcore probably picked up on some of the nods I didn't pick up on, but like I think the way the nods are made, they're clever enough while not like looking at the camera and staring you directly in the face. And it does that also with the humor in this movie. That was my first takeaway is it keeps the energy throughout of the humor it's going for. But it also doesn't at any point pause and like look at the camera and be like, like it commits to the bit.
I think the thing that made me the happiest about this movie is probably the fact that like my entire life up until last night was like trauma itself was like this, the worst kept secret, I guess, in horror comedy. Like everyone knew about it, but like no one's really well versed in it. You kind of like, oh yeah, I think so. And this is finally like, I feel like Lloyd and company stepping into this. This is like their coming out ball because it's like the movie's finally getting like the budget and like the respect.
It's almost like it's a real movie with
exactly
structure and
feel like a trauma movie.
And it has like themes to it as well.
Yeah,
that it does sort of hit you over the head, but it's not the point of the movie also. But like it has some really like solid themes we can get into. And overall, yeah, like I don't know why this took 2 years to come out.
I don't get it either. There is nothing. Yeah, there's nothing like, even if this is like the unrated, uncut, director's cut, whatever the hell you put it. Like, you're right. Terrifier 3 is like way more over the top. Like The Ugly Stepsister was like way more over the top.
This goes right with like Steven Kostanski's like work. Like Uncle Peckerhead I'd put up here, which I talked about on the channel a while ago. Like
Psycho Gorman, Frankie Frico, and this are the same type of movie.
Yeah. So. But I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Like, where do you want to exactly start, I guess? Well, I guess we should start from the top with a general.
Based from the top, if you saw the original, like, if you know the plot of the original and the plot of this are basically the same. The characters are slightly different. Like, it's not the same characters, but it's the same synopsis. Like, and I think it is. I think the world building here is maybe a little stronger than the original Toxic Avenger as well, because here we have Saint Roma's Village, but all the signs are always fucked up, so it says Tromaville. So Saint Roma's Village is kind of like the home of BTH Corporation, which is like Biotech Health, whatever corporation, run by Bob Garbender, who was played by Kevin Bacon, and it's
outstandingly by Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah, Kevin Bacon, don't miss.
Such a good villain. He's really like this and Vaccine, two excellent villain performances.
It's basically like, they make health supplements and health stuff for people. However, at the expense of like the byproducts of them making these health supplements that don't work and wind up killing people anyway, is they're also like destroying the environment. So there's a huge like ecological like thing in this movie. And we find out that Winston Goose, not the same name as the character in the original, Peter Dinklage's character, is a lowly janitor at the company. He finds out, you never find out what he has. So, but he has some kind of neurological deterioration.
Mhm.
And he goes to his benefactor for help. He goes to Kevin Bacon's character, to Bob, and Bob just says he's going to help him and fucks him over. And then in a botched robbery of BTH, it's honestly, this is kind of like a Jason Statham movie, how layered the villains are, because you have like Bob and he has like a hit squad, but he's in cahoots with the mob who has their own hit squad, but he also has Elijah Wood's character, who's like his brother, he looks like the Penguin. His brother has a like an evil Limp Bizkit group that also. So there's all these bad guys in the movie.
Yeah, Dirty Nuts.
Yeah, the Killer Nuts.
Or Killer Nuts. Yeah.
In an accident, Winston is knocked. He's shot in the face, then dumped into like a sewage canal that transforms him into the Toxic Avenger, and hijinks ensue.
Yeah. And right off the bat, like the Toxic Avenger also looks really great, the design of him. There's some practical effects. There's a lot of CGI in this movie. It mostly works, but like my CGI blood thing they get tested a few times in this movie. I feel like that took away from some of the effects.
What I'd say about the CGI, I'll throw up spoilers, is the CGI, whatever, like his weapon is like a mop that basically disintegrates anything it touches, or like nuclearly disintegrates anything it touches. But that mop is always on screen, and that mop is always CGI. So they kind of like lull you into this, like, oh, that's gonna always be here. So like you kind of get into this world like that's cool. And you're right, there is a ton of practical stuff, and I think the blood budget would have been like berserk if it was CGI.
I was a little bit surprised with how they spaced out the gore in the movie, because there are a lot of lulls especially in the middle of this movie, which keep me from like loving it. I think I was like not expecting to get a little bored at times in this movie, but I did, because I feel like there was a little bit of in between the crazy scenes, a little bit of overstretching slightly. And this probably could have been an 80-minute movie even, but I'm being harsh there. Like they're trying to world build. They're trying to add more to the story.
They cram a lot of sight gags and like background jokes into the movie.
Yes.
There's a whole scene where like another group of bad guys, like I guess a incel / men's rights terrorist group, takes over a fast food place who has gender swapped their mascot. Mm-hmm. It used to be Mr. Meat, now it's Ms. Meat, and they are livid, and they take hostages, which is a great scene. All right, I think my only real thing, and we spoke after the movie, is like I understand like them not putting the burden on Peter Dinklage to be the Toxic Avenger, right? Like, so it's very clear that you have Peter Dinklage as Winston for a fifth of the movie, I guess, and then it's just the Toxic Avenger, and it's his voice of the Toxic Avenger. I wouldn't, and I don't think anybody would want to put that physical burden of that on Peter Dinklage. And I understand that. I understand the choice, though it is jarring to be like, that's not Peter Dinklage, for like most of the movie. I found out though that the person in the costume, Luisa Guerrero, is like a Cirque du Soleil trained like physical comedian. I don't know if that means clown or whatever, but yeah, it's a female person doing all the motion capture and all of the stunts inside the outfit, which is I didn't know.
Yeah, no, and it didn't really bother me honestly at all in the movie. Like, and I did like the design so much, like of Toxie. I think there's definitely potential for this to be built off of in the future as well. And I would like to see that, I'd like to see a few more, trips around St. Tromaville, is it called?
Yeah, Saint Roma's Village.
St. Roma's Village, which as it slowly transforms into Tromaville.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to get, I mean, I don't know how successful this is going to be. It feels like it got kind of like fucked over, but like it is a good movie. Like I'd love to see Troma get like a
little revival,
an avenue. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the budget is on this movie or anything like that. I do think it earned some extra buzz from the last 2 years. And I think eventually on streaming, this could find a really big audience, as well. Like our theater was decently packed as well. Like, but this isn't going to blow away the box office. Of course not. But I think over time this will grow, and I could see more smaller goes at trauma come from this. Like it got the blessing from Lloyd Kaufman, who was also in the movie, so of course he's gonna bless it. But
Yes.
like still, like he didn't have to go as far as he did with some of his endorsements. I just thought like there's a lot of great jokes I'm looking forward to watching on a rewatch. I think this is just such an easy movie to pop on at home as well once it does come out. Like just like reminded me of kind of the humor from The Monkey earlier this year, like where it was just like very offhand, like, oh my God, is that an arm? Like but it was just so much funnier in the like there's a lot of like moments.
There's also a lot of like characters that recur. Like there's always the same two newscasters, and they clearly hate each other. And like and so there's like little gags that like that are so consistent. Like the writing is incredibly consistent.
Yes.
And that's difficult to do in a movie where it has that trauma spirit where they are trying to pack a bunch of shit into the movie to be like, we're gonna be fun. No matter where you look, you're gonna want to laugh.
Yeah, you're gonna
and they keep it consistent.
Yeah, and they keep the energy throughout. So like, yeah, overall, like I was really happy with, kind of where they took everything, the themes that they went with, and the heart this movie had as well. Jacob Tremblay, did not recognize him, but wow, he's grown up.
He's grown up, Jacob Tremblay.
And that's from 2 years ago. So I can't even imagine what he looks like now. It's like Toxic Avenger came out 40 years ago. For it to ever have another movie made after the first 3 is a miracle. Yeah. So like in the fact that we're even considering they'll make more trauma in 2023-5 or whatever it's called now, because they're like pretty wild. So I'd say it's a success. Like it's not going to be the best movie of the year for me, but I had a really good time.
Yeah, and I think every actor who you think would come and mail it in does it. Like Kevin Bacon kills it, Elijah Wood kills it, Jacob Tremblay kills it, even does a musical dance number at the end.
Yes.
Everyone brought their A game. So I'm happy to say it's good. And I think the Killer Nuts deserve a spinoff.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I totally support that. Like
the Killer Nuts are awesome.
Yeah, I like the CGI is like a big nitpick, but it looked pretty good here.
All right. I think anything we left out here?
Probably, but we're still ready to rate it.
Yeah, watch the movie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. The funny thing is, you were like debating between 2 ratings, and I was debating between 2 ratings, and you went up and I went down, and we wanted the same rating, which is crazy. So like I'll go first though. Like I rated it a 4. I was debating between 4 and 4.5, but I kind of see a lot of Aaron's points. Like I really do wish it had come out when it had come out. I think this movie might have done better in 2023, to be honest with you. And I'm saddened that like it was relegated to the furthest corner of the theater we frequent, and it's just not. It's not being given a chance. I think there is but it's everything you want. It could be the start of something huge. If it could have been even better. So I don't know, but a 4 I feel is fair.
Yeah. Likewise, it's a 4. I was bordering on 3.5 or 4. I decided to bump it up a little bit, but like I said, like I'm not the biggest trauma person also, but I've started to watch more of it and I do enjoy what I've seen. So I'm not like overprotective with the property or anything like that. I feel like they did justice to it. And it is getting kind of screwed over, which is pretty like proper for a trauma movie. That's why they had to go the route they went with all their movies. They weren't getting any opportunities. So they just had to kind of shove them into wherever they could, direct to video and things like that. So like if a streamer picked this up, like Shudder, if Shudder invested in for some reason in this universe and they're like, we're investing in a bunch of trauma movies.
Well, judging by all the trailers you saw before, this is a Screambox movie.
Screambox, yes.
Screambox did invest in this. So we have
if Screambox wants to be on this is adding a little extra to the end, but Screambox wants to be in like the conversation with Shudder, which they're not at all right now. They could start going this route with like, we're going to give Trauma a platform. We're going to give maybe Full Moon a platform. I think Full Moon has their own weird streaming platform though. So maybe not. But yeah, they would like try on like Pornhub. But like either way, let me get off. Let me get off this rant. Yeah, it was a good time. Go check it out.
Yeah, I agree with that. So if you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. We do a Letterboxd challenge. We'd love for you to join us there. That is the website for Letterboxd challenge. We even do a show about it. Let me tell you about those shows. Sunday, Why We Love Horror TV. We're still doing Dexter. Oh my God, it's getting great. Monday is Versus. it's never great. Tuesday, Why Liv Loves Horror. I think we might actually get the K-pop Demon Hunters cosplay episode finally. I think she's ready to do it. Wednesday, Aaron Unwinds. We're going to go Jason Goes to Hell. Yep. The
remake is Jason, everybody.
The remake of The Hidden that was made in the mid-90s. And then Thursday, the Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge Watch Along show that I mentioned. And Friday, you get 2 episodes of Why We Love Horror Trivia. And this is Why We Love Horror. We do it whenever we see a new release. We just
That's
drop
right.
it. So until next time, I'm John Maher, and that's Aaron Brooks. We'll see you on Why We Love Horror.